workforce planning. So I'm curious if you make a distinction between workforce planning and strategic workforce planning. I often hear those two terms.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we do in our research, because obviously, we have to define our terms to be able to ask people to respond in a survey format. And when we think of strategic, we tend to think of the longer-term workforce planning, as well as sort of the skills and capabilities. So beyond sort of bodies and availability, which tends to be some of the more near-term, ways organizations think about workforce planning, it's sort of not just the volume, but also the skills and capabilities that we're seeing. And I think that's kind of born out of, again, thinking to our methodology, we asked, what are some of those pressures driving workforce development, driving the need to have a better plan for where your future workforce is coming? And this is from some recent research, and I thought it was very interesting. The number one pressure by far was around this changing business landscape requiring new skills. So not only do you need to plan and be able to plan, long-term and near-term, but you have to be able to be agile. You have to be able to replan. You have to be able to rethink and be able to sort of sense and respond to those changing marketplace conditions. We also saw that the economy is requiring organizations to kind of rethink what this means and where they can find talent. It's not just a buy economy anymore. You can't just go buy the talent you need and find it on the street, so to speak. You really have to think thoughtfully about how do you develop and source that future workforce. And then, of course, the sheer shortages of availability of talent in the marketplace. So we're really seeing this concern at multiple levels of we have to think more strategically about workforce planning because it's a much more challenging problem than it used to be.
And I see a lot of overlay here of external information as well. So the changing business landscape, the economic conditions, talent in the marketplace, those are all external factors really putting the pressure on. Do you see a lot of